Hey everyone, it's Autumn. Today I wanted to do a video where I show you my everyday makeup bag. So about once a month, I will switch out the products in my everyday makeup bag to kind of do an everyday look for myself. So the look will kind of vary by season and kind of like what I'm into at the time. And also it uses products that I think work really well for me. And I don't use this makeup bag every single day or use these products in it every single day. But on the days where I need to have a quick look in products that I know work together, in colors that I know work together, I like to have something handy to where I don't have to think too much. I also keep this bag pretty much ready at all times to where when it's time for me to travel, I can just grab this bag and go. So the bag that I usually use, it's all dingy and gross. It's this Beauty Pie bag. And I don't know if this is still available on their site. I think it is, but it's a clear bag. Mine is like super nasty. And let me open this up for you. And it has a separate compartment in the top for brushes. I actually need to clean my brushes, so that's why they're not in there. And you'll see in the video I'm like using a bunch of random brushes I typically wouldn't use. But all of the products in here are my current everyday go-to makeup products. And the way I decide what goes in there is obviously like what currently matches my skin tone, products that I'm trying out, or products that I've recently tested that I really enjoy, all that good stuff. Things that I'm trying to use up. A lot of the times, if they work for me, they'll go in there as well. And during the month, as I'm kind of like testing out new makeup, I kind of make a mental note of, oh, I really like this, maybe this should go in next month's bag. So that's kind of what I have chosen here, are just products to achieve this look, using things that I've used recently that I'm like, I need to put that to the side for next month's bag. So if you enjoy this kind of video, let me know. And I might make this a series and just kind of put one up once a month to kind of show you what my monthly makeup look is. So anyway, without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and hop into it. A quick warning though, I am wearing like a super bright white bathrobe, and I think it adjusted and made my face look darker. So this is actually like the coloring, but I'm about to look real dark, I think. At least I looked dark in the monitor, so we'll see. All right, let's get into it. So I have two base products that I have put in. This first one is the Beauty Pie All-in-Wonder Illuminating Primer. And the second one is the Laura Mercier Tinted Oil-Free Moisturizer, or Tinted Moisturizer Oil-Free. This is the old packaging. So this is the old packaging, and it expires in like 5 months. So I stuck it in the bag so I could get through it. I used it last summer quite a bit, so it's a little bit dark for my super pale skin right now, which on the monitor, my face isn't looking as pale as it is. I don't know what's up. Maybe I need to like, I don't know, turn down the lights. You'll see. You know what? I bet it's the white robe. Anyway, my face isn't looking as pale as it normally does. This makes me look a little bit sun-kissed. And this is actually a little bit deep for me too, but I put both of these in just to kind of play with them. I think today I will use the Laura Mercier. And I'm just first gonna start applying it with my fingers, and then I'll probably work it in with a brush. It's time for me to actually like clean my makeup brushes, so I actually just had to get into my brush drawer to grab the brushes I hardly ever use to find something to apply this with. Yeah, so you can see it's a little bit deep. But this look that I've made with these products that are a little bit deeper than my skin, I've made this look to kind of be like a blushed sort of bronzy look. All right, now I'm gonna go in with this It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Corrector. And I'm actually running low on this, and it makes me a little bit sad because I've looked at their website and this was on sale and not back in stock. I'm hoping that they're just like changing the packaging. I'm gonna have to look at my Ulta because it's gonna make me really sad if they've discontinued this. This is probably the best under eye corrector, at least for me, because I don't have to go in with a concealer afterwards, and it doesn't look like too much of a corrector, and it's moisturizing and it just looks really good on my under eye area. But it still does allow me to go over with concealer if I want to, and I like that about it too. So now I'm gonna go in with this Kosas over the face in like the areas where I have a little bit of extra redness and even around the eyes. I have the shade 3.20. I have like little hairs from this brush all over my face. That's probably why this brush was in my backup drawer of brushes. Probably because it sheds. All right, let's take a moment to like tweeze all these tiny hairs from that brush off my face. I really need to wash my brushes so I can avoid this step. And I probably need to make note of how this one sheds, wash it, and then put it like in my donate box or my declutter box. And then let somebody else decide. I literally just picked all the hairs off my face and I went back in with the brush. Like, not the smartest. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. I'm almost out of it, so you can kind of see. This is something that I have in the bag. Like, it works with this look, so I really like it for that. But I also try to put things in the bag that I am trying to use up. The other powder I have in there, I'm gonna go ahead and just go in with it now. It's this Beauty Pie powder. This is the One Powder Wonder. And this is a dupe for the Nars Translucent Light Reflecting Powder. I'm gonna go in with this just in my under eye area. Oh, here we go. Here's the brush I like to use for that. All right, so now we're gonna bronze. I have this L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It, and I have the shade 01 Claire. And I'm just gonna go in with this larger brush, just all around the face. Ooh, maybe I should have tapped it off a little bit. Just gotta work it in. So I'm a very simple eyeshadow person, I've come to discover, and there are 3 shadows that I put in my bag for this month. The first one is a recent repurchase because I ran out of my old one. And this is the MAC eyeshadow in Uninterrupted. This used to be part of their Pro Longwear line, and it used to be in a larger pan, and now it's in a smaller pan. I ran out of the big pan, and it was like one of my favorite eyeshadows that I've ever used. It just really works well with my complexion. I'm also including this Rose Gold Eyes to Mesmerize from Charlotte Tilbury. Pinks normally don't look good on me, but the reason I'm including this is because this is more of a blushed bronzed look, and I feel like it just looks really good with everything else that I've included. And then this Dior Mono Color Couture eyeshadow in the shade Nude Dress. I've included this because it is a brown shade, but it also has like gold and pink undertones while also being bronze, and it's just a really versatile shade. So I am gonna use all 3 today. Normally I only use like 1 or 2 of them, but I think that all 3 of them still look nice together. So I'm gonna try to find a fluffy brush and go in with this one first into my crease. All right, so that's good enough on that one. I also need to get rid of this brush. I'm finding it a little bit scratchy. But again, all my favorite brushes are dirty. Let me see if I can, like, I'll just use a dirty one that's not scratchy. Hold on. All right, so I am gonna go in with this Referral brush. It's dirty, but it's not scratchy. And I'm gonna go into Uninterrupted, and I'm just gonna apply that all over the lid up to the point where I put the other shade. Then just taking a detailer like pencil brush, I want to take Uninterrupted under the eye. All right, and normally you wouldn't like go in with the cream over top, but I found that this works well over top of powder shadows. So I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Rose Gold just to add a sheen to the top of my lids. I'm really hoping, maybe it's just my monitor, but the color seems really off, and I think it's because I have on this bright white robe. All right, so now let's go in with the blush. I'm gonna start off with this cream blush by Stila, and this is Gerbera. And it's just like a really bright sort of peachy shade. And let me find the brush I wanna use for that. Here we go. And I'm just gonna go in with this Zoeva brush. And I'm just gonna tap it out. This is like just a quick first layer of blush, so it doesn't have to be like too crazy. And then I'm gonna go in with this blush from Bare Minerals. They've just come back out with these. They were limited edition last year. People loved them so much, they made them again. And this is the shade Kiss of Rose. And this is like a really sort of bronzy rose shade. And I'm gonna go in lightly with it with this fluffy Smashbox brush and kind of work it to the back of the cheeks, kind of melding it in with my bronzer. A little bit over the top of the nose. And then also I wanna add in some highlighter. This is from Nars. I think it was limited edition. It's their Orgasm Illuminating Loose Powder. It's a mess. I wish that there was a sifter on it, but I really love the color. If you can't get your hands on this or you don't already have it, there is one from Jaclyn Hill that is very close. And the shade that's really close is the shade High Volt from Jaclyn Hill. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this kind of over where the blush was and into the highlight area with my blush brush. And I'm gonna also meld in the top of the eyeshadow area, like my brow bone. All right, so now let's start in on the brows. I've really been enjoying this NYX Brow Glue. I find it very similar to the Kosas Brow Gel. So if you're looking for a drugstore alternative to that, it's very similar. And I'm just gonna kind of push my eyebrows up with it. Then I'm gonna go in with this pencil from Benefit to kind of fill in some sparse areas because I survived the 90s, but my brows did not. So I'm just gonna kind of go in, fill it in a little bit, not going too overboard. I've talked about it multiple times, but I really like the brow powders in this Tonya Crooks The Brow Gal. Mine is falling apart, but honestly I really just like the middle shade. It's the perfect sort of brow shade for me. So I am gonna go in a little bit with that also to just kind of fill in a tiny bit. So not a ton, because I'm not looking to have like block brows. But the texture of this powder, since it is like a powder sort of pomade, in conjunction with that brow glue that I put in, I can kind of move the brows where I need them to be at this point and just add a little bit of color. So all done with the brows. Me and the monitor, I'm really getting thrown off by looking at myself in the monitor. And I know to not wear bright white anymore when doing videos because I look so red and so dark. All right, so I don't wear eyeliner every day. Actually, most days I don't, but the one eyeliner I did put in here is from ColourPop, and this is the shade Sunnyvale. Again, I'm telling you for the first time right now, it's a brown eyeliner, and it's a nice warm brown that's not too deep. And I'm just gonna work this a little bit into the lash line. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I do have one other eyeliner in here I want to mention, and it's the Revlon Color Stay Micro. And I just like this because it's a really fine tip. And if I want to do a winged liner, I normally do this. Liquid liners a lot of the times are too harsh on me, and this is precise enough to where I can do a slight wing. So let's go ahead and do mascara. So in here I have the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara, but I'm actually gonna curl my lashes really quickly using my Laura Mercier eyelash curler. Then work some mascara through. All right, and I do have 3 lip products in my bag. I have the Merit lipstick in the shade Slip. It's like a light sort of brown shade. I really, really love this shade. I have a Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in the shade Iconic Nude. And I also have this YSL Volupte Tint in Oil in shade number 4. I'm trying to use this up. I love this lip gloss, but like this is way too old. Still smells good though. All right, so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna line my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. And then I'm gonna lightly apply some of this Merit lipstick. Again, I normally don't wear all of these together, but I am because of the video. And then I'm gonna go in with this. So that is everything in my bag except for these last 2 products. So if I had a blemish that I really wanted to cover, I took my Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. Well, I still have this one, but so I'll show you what it is. That comes like this. I scooped it out and I put it in a pot together, and you can kind of see where the colors divide. So I have the yellow and the more orange side, and I kind of like swirl in the middle and take from each to kind of match my skin where I'm using it on my face. So this works really well, and so I always travel with this. And then I also put in my Jones Road Beauty Miracle Balm in bronze, just in case I kind of wanted to warm my face up more, but I think it looks pretty well warmed up. So that is everything in my makeup bag. Let me go ahead and do my hair, put some clothes on so you can see the finished look. All right, so I'm back. I didn't really do my hair. I literally just took it out of the ponytail holder and I combed it. And I then put on a black shirt to kind of see if that would kind of change the color balance a little bit. And I think it did. I think that while I still do look bronzed because this is a bronze look, I don't look as dark as I did while putting on the makeup. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like content like this. Also, I want to know what you guys put in your everyday makeup bag and what products that you've been loving recently. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.